You think you are reading this right now? You think your eyes are scanning these words, that your mind is processing them in real time, that what you perceive is what is actually there. You are wrong. Your brain decided what you were going to see before your eyes even finished moving. What feels like reality is a story your brain wrote a fraction of a second ago and is now playing back to you as if it were live. This is not a metaphor. This is what neuroscientists call predictive processing. And once you understand it, you will never fully trust your own perception again. Think about the last time you walked into a familiar room, your kitchen, your bedroom. You did not actually see that room. Your brain pulled up a stored model of what that room looks like, ran a quick check for anything unusual, and then showed you the model. Not the room, the model. If nothing had changed, you probably could not even tell someone the exact color of the walls without looking again. You were not seeing, you were remembering, and your brain never told you the difference. David Eagleman, a neuroscientist at Stanford, describes the brain not as a camera, but as a prediction machine. Its primary job is to guess what is about to happen and construct a version of the world that matches that guess. The raw data from your senses is almost secondary. It is only used to correct the model when the model is wrong. When the data matches the prediction, your brain barely registers it. When it does not match, that mismatch fires hard. What you experience as attention, that sudden feeling of noticing something, is actually your brain registering a failed prediction, which means what you pay attention to is not what is important. It is what surprised your brain. Here is how strange this gets. Your eyes make rapid, jerky movements several times per second. During each of those jumps, your visual input is completely scrambled. The image on your retina blurs, but you never see that blur. Your brain suppresses the signal and fills in the gap with what it predicted you were about to see. You are blind several times every second, and you have never once noticed. Your brain also predicts what you feel. Neuroscientist Lisa Feldman Barrett at Northeastern University has shown that your brain is constantly forecasting your own body state, your heart rate, your pain, your hunger, your tension. When the incoming signals from your body do not match that forecast, your brain does not always update the prediction. Sometimes it decides the incoming data is noise, and it sticks with the model. This is why placebos work. Your brain predicted the pill would reduce pain. That prediction was strong enough to override what your nerve endings were actually reporting. The prediction won. It is also why you can feel anxious without knowing why. Your brain detected a threat pattern too subtle for conscious recognition and updated your body's state before you had any idea it had noticed anything. The anxiety arrived first. The reason came second, assembled after the fact. And then there is the most unsettling part. In the 1980s, neuroscientist Benjamin Libet asked participants to flex their wrist whenever they felt like it and to note the exact moment they decided to move. He found that the brain had already begun preparing the movement up to half a second before the participants reported making the decision. The choice came after the brain had already acted. What felt like a decision was actually a narration, filed after the fact on something already done. You are not driving. You are a passenger who has been told they are driving. The wheel moves, and your brain hands you a story in which you turned it. The version of reality you navigate every day, the one that feels so immediate, so vivid, so undeniably true, is a constructed model built on predictions made before you were consciously aware of them, narrated after the fact, delivered to you slightly late and labeled as now. The next time you walk into that familiar room and think you see it clearly, remember, your brain already decided what was in there before your eyes finished moving. You are not perceiving reality. You are receiving a very confident summary of it, and the summary was written before you arrived.